Namaskar. I have before me two of my very dear pupils, Ashmita and Vedika, who are now young ladies, both very focused, very determined, full of grit, pursuing lines they feel completely sure about, and eager to fulfill their dreams. I first asked Ashmita, who has now completed 3 years of medicine in St. Andrews, Scotland, a few questions. Ashmita, congratulations on getting a first class. When did you feel I can do it?
Thank you, ma'am, for the lovely introduction. So ever since I wanted to do anything, it was to become a doctor. And as a kid, I started finding science quite interesting and developed a special inclination and fascination to understand how the complex human body works. So I would say like when I was a kid, since then I've wanted to be a doctor. And when did I come to know that I can do it? I would say I don't really know. I just went with it. I just gave it my 100%, and I just wanted to do medicine and nothing else.
How did you fulfill your dream? Take us through some specific steps you took.
I passed out class 12 in 2016, and after that I appeared for all the entrance exams, the medical entrance exams in India. But it was the year when everything was a little messed up and the exams got cancelled last minute. So things didn't work out quite well for me that year. However, I had applied for biotechnology as a backup plan at St. Xavier's. So I started attending classes there. But although it was interesting, but there was no satisfaction at the end of the day, because there was still this inner desire and an inner calling which kept on telling me that no, I want to do medicine and that's all. Like, I just want to do medicine. So that's when I started looking at other options and started applying to medical schools in different countries like Singapore, UK. So I sat for UK CAT, which is one of the exams, and I even had to fly down to a few of the universities in UK for interviews in February. So it was a lengthy process. It was quite daunting during that time, but what I remember is just that desire to just do medicine, that passion, that no, I just want to be a doctor. That was all that I could see in front of me, and I just wanted to give it my best so that I don't regret that I could have done better. And very fortunately, I did get into St. Andrews, and those 3 years have absolutely been so incredible. Like, I'm going to cherish those years for the rest of my life. It's been amazing.
And new country, new place. How have you adjusted to living away from home? A sheltered life here, very different there.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, you know me, we've always been at home other than holidays and school trips. So it was a huge change going to a new country and a new culture altogether. Uh, for me, I would say the weather was a huge change because it's so cold out there. And during winter time, the days used to get shorter, and that was quite tough because you're leaving home when it's dark and you're coming back when it's dark. Uh, and definitely food is a huge adjustment because Indian food, I feel it cannot be matched to any other cuisine. It's so different. The first year, I still remember whenever I used to go out for a meal, it would be quite hard to eat anything outside because I would find everything quite bland. But now, I've adapted to it quite a bit, and I feel like I've learned a little bit of Indian cooking as well. So every now and then I do try cooking something Indian.
Great, great. Now you are herb doctor, I would say, right? Please tell us what you feel are your responsibilities as a doctor.
As a doctor, maintaining the patient's trust is very important. As doctors, we'll be interacting with people. So maintaining that trust, keeping that warmth, that rapport with the patient is quite important, and keeping the patient's care as your utmost priority is something that I feel is responsible for all doctors.
Okay. Okay, now we have Vedika, who was sometimes refused admission in a few universities in Europe, but remained adamant about getting into Cambridge. Made it, she did, and scored brilliantly in her exams. Let's hear more from her about her endeavor. Vedika, what brought about this desire? How did you keep your motivation going? Tell us.
Ma'am, so I think as a kid, I was never like really focused or I had a 10-year long plan or something. I always had short term goals, and I feel when school was about to end, that's when like the serious years start, and then I had to sit down and like think about it. And like teachers like you as well as my parents helped me a lot to figure out what I actually want to do. And I feel I decided to go to Sri Ram College of Commerce for my undergrad in economics, and I just feel very fortunate to have gotten in the first place because I feel I was very mischievous. I never really put in a lot of hours working, so it was it was kind of a surprise. But I think once I went to SRCC is when I actually came across this horizon of opportunities which I was never even aware of, and that is when I think it's very important to be around people who are as ambitious as you because they become a driving force. That is what I feel about my peers in Sri Ram College. So I think seeing everyone around me so passionate and ambitious to achieve something, that actually drove me to also understand myself, and it was like a path of self discovery when all those 3 years. And I feel I realized that I really liked the subject, and then I wanted to pursue it further. And so UK was like one of the major options that I had in mind, given that Asmita was also there, and I'd known that she was having like an amazing experience. So once you think about UK, you cannot not think about Cambridge. So that's when I was just taking a chance, ma'am, to be very honest. I didn't think that I would get in, but I think I'm so fortunate to have gotten in, and I'm just so grateful for it.
Now, how did you work specifically on getting admission? Can you tell us a little bit?
Yes, ma'am, sure. So I think apart from the exams and the basic requirements that the university has, such as the GRE and the IELTS or the TOEFL exam that I took, I think mainly I had a very balanced profile. I obviously worked on my academics because that's like the most important consideration for getting into A-grade university. Apart from that, I think in my university I also got like a lot of opportunities to work in extracurriculars, which actually gave me the confidence, and I realized that I have the potential of getting in through those things, because I think I was a very shy and introvert kid, and uh, through those extracurricular activities, organizing fests and events and conferences, was that I opened up to this world where to this entire world, and I realized that I have the potential and I can do this myself. So that's also something that gave me the confidence to leave my own country and go elsewhere.
Now, tell us, what have you learned during your graduation in Delhi and life in Cambridge? Share with us, please.
So, ma'am, I think Delhi was like me becoming an adult from this child who was so mischievous and who like was so carefree. I finally realized that actions have consequences, and like I have to be responsible for my own actions in Delhi. So I think that way I grew up and became an adult in Delhi. So I feel like I thought that it wouldn't be really different for me in Cambridge, because I'd already been away from home for 3 years, and I was used to like just coming home for vacations. So I thought, how much more tougher could it be? So I was really excited, to be very honest. I wasn't as nervous as I was the first time round. But when I reached Cambridge is when I realized that okay, no, this is a new slate, and I have to start from scratch, because it's a completely different culture, it's a completely different country. I think everyone is expected to do their own chores themselves. That was one of the major differences that I felt from Delhi to Cambridge. When I had to do my own chores, clean my own utensils, wash my own clothes. It was like it helped me become independent. And apart from that, I feel like the academic rigor of Cambridge is another level which I never imagined before I actually went there. Once I went to Cambridge, I realized that I have to work really hard here to be able to match with my peers. And so I put in those extra hours, and I feel like that has actually paid off. And I think that has helped me grow intellectually as well. And I think it's really going to stay with me forever, this experience. And that's about it.
Thank you so much, children, for I am sure your experiences will inspire many who have the potential, yet they're not self-assured enough to go ahead and work on their plans. To my viewers, I thank you for giving us a hearing. Though brief, I hope this session will be of value to you and inspire you to move forward in order to achieve what you so fervently desire. Keep in mind that everything and anything is achievable, provided you believe it can be done and take correct action. Dream, motivate yourself, plan, and dive into action. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you. Namaskar.